Friday night rugby in Fort Lauderdale and Baptist Health Community Field. Wow, what an upset by the Sharks as they beat the New England Free Jacks 30 to 19 to get us even further up into the Eastern Conference. And man, this is a monster victory. Plus, I believe a bonus point too, if I'm not mistaken, because 30 points probably equals up to like 4 tries, right? What a game it is by the Sharks. Never gave up a lead, even though I had that fear in the second half, but they respond. So, okay, they can score tries against the New England Free Jacks, and they can take the ball away, and they can get a perfectly good line out, most of them, against the New England Free Jacks, and they did enough. And their defense is so damn good, especially towards the line where it gets dangerous, and they stop them, most of them. But this has been a good game from all around for the Sharks. I thought O'Leary had a pretty good game despite a couple of missed 2-point conversions, but he was able to get some penalty kicks and then some. But in terms of the tries for O'Leary, pretty good. Kicking, But yeah, let's start off in the 6th minute. There was a penalty on the New England Free Jacks. O'Leary would kick that penalty kick, which will make it a 3-0 Miami lead. And then 2 minutes later, Marcos Young might be one of our best players of the team right now. He is consistently scoring tries for the Sharks, and this is no exception. Once again, scoring another one for the Sharks to make it 8-0 Sharks. But O'Leary missed a 2-point conversion kick, and that's not cool. In between the minutes of 9 and 24, it's been a back and forth with the defensive struggles, and in the 24th minute, Sol scored. Now, for New England, this was an interesting one because I really thought they knocked it on. So in the area where they knocked it on, or so I thought, the ball came up to Sol, trying to get a grip on it, didn't do it, and the ball was rolling into the try line, and Sol had to just lunge and try to get that grounded movement. And TMO said, that's a good try. And I'm like, what? How? First of all, they knocked it on first. I don't know how you missed that one. They clearly knocked it on. Everyone saw it. But yeah, you rewarded them a try for, trying to lunge it down. Now, guarantee you this. If this was the Sharks, that would have absolutely been a knock-on, and the try would have not counted. I bet you $1 million. So Sol gets a try off the TMO. It was not going to be a try, but then they said it was going to be a try, so it is what it is. Holland's Head with a 2-point conversion to make it 8-7 Miami, 1-point lead. But then from the kick from right side of field to the left, O'Leary would make that try into the left side and try 13-7 Sharks. O'Leary missed a 2-point conversion. That wins. I'll say this too. The wind must have been windy down there because that ball just curved straight to the right as the ball went up close to the air. But it's halftime 13-7. So that's not bad, but you like to get more. However, halftime ended. They did get more. Dutoit with a really impressive try, just lunged through to make it 18-7 Sharks. O'Leary does make the 2-point conversion to make it 20-7, and not a bad game so far. Then this is a defensive struggle between the 15 minutes because the Sharks, their defense mode, they are defending against the New England Free Jacks, who were each and every step of the way were close to getting that try. And they were not allowing them to release the ball, the collapse in the mole, or just anything like that to stop their offense from scoring. And they did that part of the job to stop them. And they committed a penalty, and they chose to kick a penalty kick. If I was them, I would have just like, screw it. I want this. I want more than the 3 points. But they did get the 3 points in as O'Leary kicks a penalty kick in the 58th minute to make it 23-7 Miami lead. And the inevitable happens. that lineup was perfect for the Free Jacks. And as Conrade, if I said it right, I'm so sorry. From the penetration from the mole over towards the try line, that's a score, and I knew it too. It was so predictable. Holland's Head with the 2-point conversion to make it 23-14 lead for the Sharks. And in my head right there, I'm thinking, are we doing this again, or can we actually hold off? I was fairly confident because I noticed one thing with the Sharks, and goes for most teams. Home field advantage really makes a difference, especially against a really dangerous New England Free Jacks team. Think about this, right? Last season, they barely won with that walk-off penalty try at the 80th plus minute. That was at home. Preseason, not that it matters, but they did their part by beating 19-5 or something like that in the game against the Free Jacks in the preseason. This is 30-19. But how do we get to 30-19 is I'm almost done talking about it. So, anyway, me saying this as a pessimist, the Free Jacks are going to make this comeback. One way or the other, they're going to try to score a try. Orlando has something to say about that, and they score. He scores through everything to get that push to the try line, to get the insurance try. And they said, screw it, let's go get this try. And I'm like, that should do it right there. So I was happy. And then O'Leary kicks that 2-point conversion. He makes it to make it 30-14 Miami. And I'm like, yeah, this is too comfortable. So I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much game, set, and match at this point. So very impressive victory for the Sharks. They did give up a try after O'Leary missed that penalty kick, and that was not close. Conrade with his second try of the game, that's 79th minute, to make it 30-19. So there you go. So the 2-point conversion from Holland's Head was wide. So that's your final score right there, 30-19. Very good game by the Sharks. I mean, very good game by the Sharks. This game might be a game that has that strong importance. Let me rephrase that. This game might be a defining moment for the Sharks this season. This might potentially clinch us the playoffs. Might. Okay? Might. While we still have 3 games left, Eastern Conference is tight. It is very, very tight, exception of Anthem. Okay? Anthem's the only one that it's nowhere. It's just they're not going to make it to the playoffs. And you know what, though? I feel horrible. I feel horrible for Anthem that they still have yet to get a win at all in their franchise. They came close against Houston. Hell, fuck. They came close against us. Remember back in Game 3, we were at Charlotte? My God, they were so close. So, with that being said, when the Sharks are at the 5th, we're now in 3rd. We're now in 3rd as of right now. It all depends on Old Glory and Chicago at this point. NOLA, I think they played already, or they're on bye. Let me double check real quick before I make a mistake. Okay, so they did play. They had a 4-game stretch. Okay, either way, NOLA Gold played against Old Glory. They lost that game, so they're still within 5th place in the Eastern Conference. So those two teams, Old Glory and NOLA Gold, are probably the teams to watch because I don't think we're going to catch up to Chicago. Despite the fact that we beat New England, I still don't think we're going to catch up to New England. So our best bet, the 3rd seed or the 4th seed to clinch. And there's 3 games left. So what we might need is probably 1 or 2 more wins. Or you look at Old Glory, they have to lose twice. NOLA Gold, you probably want them to lose at least once to probably ensure that you might be able to clinch playoffs. But if they lose, you got to win. So we have that chance against RFC Los Angeles next week. That's going to be a Sunday game. And let me see it real quick. What the hell is happening? Yeah, it's going to be a Sunday game. It's a West Coast game. I think they changed the schedule. Right? I thought this was a 10 o'clock game initially, but then they changed it to 6 o'clock. I could be wrong. I don't quite remember. But regardless, between you and me, thank goodness it's a 6 o'clock game in the East Coast. Thank goodness, because just the idea of staying up past, just the idea, again, it's, I don't know. I think I had too much of those already. But there you go. That's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, and Sharks, still missing that poster. Need the poster, 22x34. All right. Anyway, with that being said, this is Miami TVG. Next video will be the Marlins video, and then the stinker of the Florida Panthers Game 6. Good night.